Hi everyone, I wanted to remind you about a few things that need to go into your final essay. When you're looking at your outline, and you can go back and look at my comments, but I also want you to click into some of the links that I provided for you. So there is a hook, and that's the very first sentence in your introduction. And there's lots of creative ways you can do it. In this little video that I have here, or PowerPoint, is going to give you some ideas. Then you're going to move down into the background information, and this is where you define your terms and discuss trends, such as the popularity of online classes. Make the discussion relevant to your audience. Make it very clear that it's an important topic and it's worth reading. So you can be super creative here. I did provide definitions of terms, and you'll find this inside of the Canvas module under Writing Support. And there is specific definitions that you should associate with the type of online learning that you're going to discuss in your paper. So you can go into this little, it's a PowerPoint, and it's called Learning Formats Definition and Works Cited. It's in the modules. Make sure that you have a definition in there as well. Then you're going to copy your thesis statement. Your thesis statement is always the last sentence in your introduction for 101, for English 101. So I gave you a writing stem to create a thesis, and it's fairly easy to do. I know I gave you lots of feedback on it, but just make sure that you have some subpoints, two subpoints, one to reflect each of your body paragraphs, and that they all align. So as you can see, this student wants to talk about flexibility and cost savings associated with online courses. So if her subpoint is flexibility in the thesis, then the very first body paragraph has to be about flexibility, and all of the information from the text and all of the detailed analysis has to be about flexibility. Now you can see there was a direct just copy and paste from the thesis statement, and I know that sounds redundant, and it is, but copy and paste it in the beginning just to make sure that you have a focus, so that your focus is on flexibility, and it will help distract from trying to stress about having to reword it. So again, just take your thesis and copy it, or copy part of it, and tell the reader what's going to be in the paragraph. When you're doing your information from the text, remember that, I'll put a little space here, it can be quotations that you can use. You can use a paraphrase, which is just taking the idea from the quote and saying it in your own words. Or you can use anecdotal, or your experience, S and I. So it's anything that comes from the text that is directly pulled, that's restated, or that prompted some of your own ideas and experiences. So that's your I. The detailed analysis always explains the quotation in relationship to the topic sentence. Okay, and make sure that you probably would be a good idea to put some transitions in here, like I always start with, for example, just at the beginning, and you can wordsmith it later, but the idea is right now is just to get it focused. As you can see, the second thesis point was cost savings, and the second body paragraph is going to be about cost savings. So if you master these two pieces, getting your thesis statement right and making sure they reflect in your topic sentences and your body paragraphs, you'll be really good to go, because a lot of English 101 the bulk of what's being graded in English 101 at this point is the essay structure. So here's some cheats. Just color code it and follow through with the argument. Finally, don't forget a works cited page. It's super important. I've given you some feedback on your works cited entries just to be sure that they were correct. But this is the very last page. You don't have to put it in your outline, but the very last page in your essay. A lot of students forget it because it is exhausting. Don't forget it. It is worth a lot of points. If you look at the grading rubric, you'll see how everything is broken down. So I hope that is helpful for some last minute tips. Reach out if you have any questions.